This couldn't have come at a better time for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Very important stuff. We're talking Tanner Scott. More Tanner Scott news. He, of course, showed up and pitched quite well in the ninth and took care of business for the Dodgers. So the Dodgers could secure that win. But what has been going on with him? He had, what was it, 3 blown saves in 7 attempts. And he needed to make adjustments, and he's done just that. Tanner Scott credits Dodgers coach Mark Pryor, Connor McGinnis, and Josh Bard for key adjustments in his game. So that's pretty important stuff because, look, he still has good numbers. The problem is when you have 3 blown saves in 7 attempts, that's where it starts putting you on the radar. But he's been, he's the kind of guy that I think he's got. I feel like he doesn't get too worked up. He has like ice in the bloodstream or something like that. But I feel like he knows the task at hand. He doesn't let the media get to him. He just needs to make the corrections and do what he needs to do to be a better pitcher and get guys out. And that's basically it. So here's kind of what was said on it. Myself, Connor McGinnis, Bardo, Josh Bard, Mark Pryor did a deep dive. And I definitely had to clean things up. It's a process. Or if you're from Canada, it's a process. Scott said after the win, and still tomorrow's a new day, and go back right to it. So you think about that right there. That he knew that he had to do something. He knew, Tanner Scott knew he had to clean things up. And there's pitchers that can get all flustered by this, but I feel like Tanner Scott has got a good head on his shoulders, and he realized, okay, I need to make things different. I need to fix what's going wrong. Why am I giving up more hits than I've ever done? Why am I giving up long balls? Why is this happening? Well, Scott specified mechanical adjustments he made to with the lower half of his body too wide, which in turn impacted his delivery and prevented him staying through the pitches. So staying through forward momentum, that's what we're talking about. That also impacted pitch location and could explain the abundance of fastball Scott was leaving over the heart of the plate. And that was the thing, because everybody was talking about how he was leaving fastballs in the strike zone from the start. He was leaving those in there. Like every fastball was a strike from the moment it left his hands to the moment it hit the mitt. And so when you're doing that with your fastball and dudes are sitting on fastballs, that's where the problem happened. And that's what was happening to Tanner Scott. And he knew he had to do something about it. So he got Connor McGinnis, Josh Bard, and Mark Pryor. They all got together and fixed it. And will it be a permanent fix? Will he have to go back to it? Who knows? It's a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But this, you got to see that he needed to do something. It's something you keep working through. Tomorrow's a new game to catch, and you go right back to it. Keep working. Love that. How do you not love that about the guy? I mean, look, everybody was harping on him. Yours truly, I was just bummed on, 3 out of 7 blown saves. Like, that was incredible. And it was like, is that going to keep going? And so people will get. So, but the important thing about baseball is you don't want to get caught up in that. You do not want to get caught up in that, right? You want to be able to power through whatever the situation is. And here's what he's done. The numbers aren't super bad if you look at his, career regular season. He's only 30 years old. So he's not an old dude. But there's the numbers so far this year. He's been part of 30 games. He's got a 1-2 win-loss record, a 4.40 ERA, which is that shows those blown saves just elevated that number. He does have 28.2 innings pitched with 33 strikeouts. Love the strikeouts being a higher percentage over the innings pitched, and I think he can do better than that by fixing what he did. So I think Tanner Scott also knows that they picked up other people. They have other guys that could come in and fill the void. So you don't want that to happen. You want to be able to pitch and do what you do. His whip, 1.12. So you look at his whip, career regular season to 1.34. He's got a career 519 strikeouts with 397 innings pitched. So that's a good ratio right there. He needs to get back on that, and that means not telegraphing balls in the strike zone from the moment they leave your hand to the moment they hit the catcher's mitt. And he knew he had to make the changes he did. So there's the numbers on him. I don't know what you think about him. Comment below. Do you think Tanner Scott has fixed the problem? Love to know that. Hey, Dodgers even things up with the Mets. a very important win for the Dodgers. Yeah, that makes them 2 wins, 2 losses against the Mets at Dodger Stadium. But that means also the Mets will own the tiebreaker because they have one more win against the Dodgers than the Dodgers have against them. And I'll tell you right now, Dodgers are probably going to be facing the Mets in the postseason. You can go ahead and bet your bottom dollar that is going to happen. I don't see how that does not happen because the way they're playing, I feel like they're going there again. And it might not be. It was an easier chance. It was an easier time Dodgers beating them last year. It might not be so easy. Dodgers going against them this year. All right, Shohei, what did he do yesterday? Well, 2 hits for him, 1 run. Mookie showing up, blowing up, representing. Deuces wild all the way across. 2 at bats, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 base on balls. Mookie back at it, 1 RBI. Love to see that. Will Smith Will Smith in scoring position. When guys are in scoring position and Will Smith is at the bat, dude is money. Dude is money. I don't care how you slice it. Will the Thrill is the man, for sure. Teoscar having a little rough one on that one. 0 for Andy Pajes. Just consistent. 10-game hit streak or something like that? Tommy Edmonds, even with that kind of a bum ankle, still managed to get the hit right there. And the Conforto. What do you say about Clutch Forto? If he keeps doing stuff like this, Clutch Forto could be his name. Game-winning RBI in the 8th. Conforto getting it done against his old club. Nicely done right there. And Miggy Rowe, he got a run in and a walk. And that started off the rally. I think that was in the 3rd for the Dodgers on that one. So good stuff. Just getting it done. Not a ton of hits, but hey, we'll take it because you know what? Look at the books, baby. It's a W, all right? Landon Knack. They attacked Knack pretty bad. 4 and 4. You see that? Those numbers were not good for Knack right there. He calmed down, but look, 3.1 innings. Then they had to pull him. Then you bring in Jack Dreyer, right? I'm a fan of Dreyer. He went 2 innings. And then Jose Urena came in. He went in for 2.1. Vesia in for a bit. And then Tanner Scott right there. That's what you want to see. You want to see him doing what he needs to do and make it happen. So congratulations, Tanner Scott. Like to see him back. Big up for the Dodgers taking care of business there. And they need to go take care of business in St. Louis because St. Louis favored to win, and I don't like that. Remember, the Yankees were favored that first game at Dodger Stadium, but this one, I think the Dodgers need to come out and make things happen. Speaking of making moves, Dodgers, what did they do yesterday transaction-wise? Chris Stratton outright to Oklahoma City, sent him to the Comets, and Chucky Robinson, the catcher that they snagged outright to Oklahoma City Comets. What for? What corresponding moves happened with that? Don't really know. We know that Outman got brought up. We know that Ruiz got brought up to possibly play because they were worried about Kim and Edman. Edman showed he could play. We'll see what happens with Kim. Will he be able to play? That's going to be important to find that out. All right, Robleski versus Sonny Gray. That is the matchup. On paper, it doesn't look good the way Robleski has pitched, but he's only pitched like 8 innings total. So a sample size of him is pretty small for the year. So you know what he needs to do? He needs to go out and have a quality start. He needs to go out and have a quality freaking start is what he needs to do. Because right now the Dodgers need him to do that more than anything. And that would also send a message to the rest of the Dodgers, organization that, look, I'm ready to play. I can help us win games. And today would be the day to do that. So look for Robleski to have a good game. Hey, that's going to do it. Dodgers Digest, Brad J. Always fun to be with you as you go through your day. Always remember to think Dodger blue. And let's go Dodgers. Let's get that win over the Cards.